What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to Critically Aroused. My name is Blaine Andrews, and joining me today, as usual, is my co-hosts. They're back. Chris is here.
Hello.
And Matt's here.
Hey.
Because last week, I made it very clear that neither one of them were there, and if you were watching, you definitely saw. So
and we weren't even invited.
No, they weren't invited. I didn't
True
want them
facts.
here. I told them they're dead to me. I don't need them. But then I invited them back, so, you know, it is what it is.
He realized he needed us.
I did.
We rose again.
So, basically, this week, we're still getting in this vibe of doing the whole YouTube thing and figuring out what the heck we're doing. But, so I am going to keep splitting these podcasts up into different portions. And so... this is basically just going to be the news and what's streaming, and then we'll have a second half, which is our review of No Man Land, the new 2020 movie that came out with starring Frances McDormand. And actually, also, did you guys recognize? I think this is the guy's name. Oh man, IMDb is not showing us anybody's pictures or names. There was another actor in here that I recognize. He's actually one of the main actors from the Expanse that I've been watching lately.
No.
Nope. Yeah, well, he's in this as well, and
there
it is. It's David
Oh no, I didn't know.
Strathairn. Is that how you say that? Strathairn?
Yes.
Yeah, let's say it.
100%.
But yeah, he's in The Expanse, and he's really good. But he's like, they're really the only two recognizable people in the entire movie.
Well, it's like most of the cast is,
They
older.
seem like regular old folks.
Yeah.
And actually, if you can hear, there is a cat hollering at us very loudly from outside. So there's that.
So pardon him.
Yeah, so, well, there's just one more cat this week. So, because last week's episode, the other cat was jumping around behind my head. So, the joys of going to video. But anyway, so yeah, today we're going to be talking about Nomad Land, but we're in this first portion we'll just touch on into the news, and then feel free to go on over to the second YouTube video if you want to actually see the review for it. And this is actually, so I mentioned it last week, and I don't think I told you guys, but this movie is directed by Chloe Zhao. And so y'all probably don't recognize her name.
Nope.
But,
as per usual.
yeah, well, so this is who's directing the Eternals.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that was one of, outside of the fact that there's already buzz about this being one of these, like, critic darling award contender, blah, 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 and just wanting to see if it was up to snuff. I wanted to see it just to see what she was capable of.
Sure.
And kind of to get some sort of idea of what we're getting into with the Eternals with Marvel. So we'll talk about that later on in the podcast, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds
good.
All right, sweet. Well, there's been a whole bunch of news, so I'm going to go ahead and move into the news, and we'll talk about all the stories for this week. So I'm going to kind of work my way through these. There was one thing I was wanting to talk about. I was trying to decide if we were even going to get into any of the Gina Carano stuff. I didn't want to, because it's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like everybody under the sun's already talked about it.
Right. I feel like everyone's already moved on.
It has, and it's like, I guess for me, since we haven't publicly talked about it on the podcast, all I'd say is I myself think it's a load of garbage. Like, I'm not on board with them getting rid of her. You know,
I just think she was treated unfairly.
Yeah.
If you're going to cancel somebody for something, then you need to cross the board.
Exactly.
And they obviously didn't. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up.
Yeah, there are Disney executives and multiple other people within Disney that did similar things, or actually multiple of them did much worse things, just on a different side of the political aisle, and therefore they are off, scot-free, and she lost her job.
Right. Held to different standards.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's sexism or because political differences. It's something.
Yeah.
And it's obvious.
Taint rat.
Yeah. It's not right. So I don't know. I'm just not on board with it. It's not cool. And so that's kind of where we stand with it as a podcast. And I mean, I posted about it on Instagram and stuff, but it didn't sit right with us. And actually I heard, I don't know if you guys heard, but word on the street is that Jon Favreau is not happy about it. And basically,
I'm sure he's not.
Well, and one of the big points that were made, which I've heard that he has in the past been anti-cancel culture in general. But the other big thing being that this character was created for the show, like for his show, for The Mandalorian, which is his show. And not only that, he wrote the character for Gina.
Right.
So, like, it's a character written for this person, created for this show, and he apparently doesn't get a say in if they just give her the axe. And so it's just like as much as I love Star Wars, and, obviously we talk about it plenty, there's a stinking picture of it behind me, like, but on the same hand, it's like my opinions of Lucasfilm the longer and longer that Kathleen Kennedy is in charge of it, just keeps going down and down and down. They just seem to be making mistake after mistake as far as the company goes.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to toe a line, and
Yeah.
I disagree with them, but obviously it's corporations trying to cover their asses.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just weird. It's like you said earlier. It's like, you know, why cover your ass only in one direction?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Something's coming at your entire ass.
Right. You clean wipe,
Yeah.
or you don't wipe.
Yeah, that's right. So they just need to go dirty with this one. Just don't wipe it all. We want no
Leave it
wipes.
brown and stinky.
That's right. All right. Well, on that. So now that we've mentioned that, I want to go on into some even more interesting news, which is that, first of all, did you guys know a Jackass 4 is happening?
Oh, yeah, and they have the whole cast, or it had the whole cast back for it.
Right? Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, everybody. And they're all, like, old now.
Yeah.
We're old, and they're older.
Yeah.
They're all back.
It's going to be pretty interesting to watch a bunch of old dudes just
Really hurt
getting
themselves this
wrecked.
time.
It's like they're all at least 10 years older than us, probably.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine us doing those
Yeah,
things
because I
now.
think Johnny's
Right.
in his 50s.
God almighty. Well, then, yeah, I mean, that's close to 20 years older. So, yeah, I mean, these guys, oof, yeesh. It's going to be painful to watch, and I'm super excited about it. But the news is that not only is Jackass 4 happening, Bam Margera's been fired.
Yep.
So, or at least that's what he says. And so,
No, he's been fired.
Yeah.
I think they confirmed it.
I think they did as well.
And nothing was lost that day.
No. No.
Hey, but he is part of the squad. As much as he is an unbearable douche,
I did
like-
enjoy seeing him get hit by that giant hand.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
One of my favorite scenes of all time.
Well, and I mean, they are like, he is a douche, and they are massive d-bags to him
True.
in the shows and the movies. So, like,
Which is a loss, because it is fun to see everybody
yeah,
give him.
just getting wrecked. So, but basically, though, the interesting thing was, from what he is saying, is that they canceled him because he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, basically he couldn't.
Like-
They all had contracts where they can't drink and do drugs,
Which is kind of crazy because it's Jackass. Like,
and
Right.
he
What?
was like, "Oh, I can't." He's like, "I'm going to drink and do drugs."
yeah. And
I mean,
Well,
you
know,
gotta think they're-
Steve-O has like been sober for a long time.
Well, and that's
He's
probably
really
what it
good.
came down to. They're probably like,
could've.
for Steve-O,
Yeah.
like we're none of us are going to drink and do drugs. To be fair, and then Bam's out here wilding out still.
Right.
So
Yeah, and
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean,
I
yeah.
think.
It doesn't surprise me that he's the one still acting just like a, just...
Oh, nothing's
Right.
changed with him. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that's the interesting thing. It's kind of funny now talking about all these guys. Is like there's a good chance that if you're under probably 20, you don't even know what Jackass is.
Yeah, because
Like-
I don't think you can
Right.
watch it on anything really.
Or
I
at
don't
least, like,
think
15.
any of the movies are on anything. I mean, Johnny Knoxville's done a couple movies
Yeah,
because he did that Bad Grandpa
and he
movie.
did the theme
That had
park
music.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
I watched some of that
Right.
actually. It wasn't terrible. Like I just didn't finish it for whatever reason.
I actually saw like some interview with him, I think, where he said that was the movie he got the most hurt on.
I saw that too.
It's because
Yeah.
we're getting old.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
we're getting old, they're getting
Also.
old.
Yeah, for real. And he was definitely looking older in that movie.
Right.
So it's gonna be. I'm honestly really excited. I loved all the Jackass movies.
Yeah,
So,
there's
like,
definitely
it's
like
always a
high
good time.
school,
Yeah.
you know.
I just wonder if there's gonna be as many dicks. Like
Probably. Well, I'm curious to see if this is some. I don't know too much about who's producing it
Yeah.
because originally those all MTV, right? So I don't know
Yeah.
if this is going to be a theater movie or a HBO, Netflix, whoever
Yeah.
movie.
I could see it coming out on Netflix or something.
Because
like
that's the
that.
thing is, if they can get away with not doing it in theaters, they would probably reach more viewers.
And I mean, they could still give it the MTV like branding and just
Right.
stick it out on streaming. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit streaming, especially with what's going on nowadays, like with theaters and everything. It's
Yeah.
like, I could definitely see that being the case. But I wanted to bring this one up just because I'm like, how often do you see Bam Margera in the news?
Right.
So,
Never.
so
And I like to keep it that way.
yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. So I'm guessing you guys have seen the. Well, actually, here I'll talk about. There's two different stories I'm going to talk about here. Did y'all see the Last of Us news?
I did see this one.
Yeah. What did y'all think?
I've never played The Last of Us, so
Did it?
It's okay. He doesn't have a PlayStation.
That's right.
it is on
yeah.
PC. But
Is
Oh,
it?
it is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now it is.
Well, I'll say Last of
it's
Us
been on there for a while.
1 was fathoms better than Last of Us 2. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
Last of Us 1 was one of the best games
Yes.
probably of all time, and I'd highly recommend it.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm fine with it. This news that we're talking about is that Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey have joined the cast for The Last of Us.
Yep.
And I'm guessing it's either been announced or theorized that he is going to play Joel.
He is.
The main character.
It's official.
One of the two main characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that. He was a pretty good, like, older guy in Wonder Woman. So I could see him playing like an older, caring kind of guy.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see Joel working for him. And in The Last of Us 1, like, Joel is younger, a good bit younger. Because The Last of Us 2, it makes like a good, like, 10-year jump or so. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's, in his 30s, 40s in the first game.
Bella Ramsey, Little Bear from Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What was her actual name, her character name? I'm trying to remember. She was related to
She was a Ramsey.
No, she wasn't a Ramsey. She was a Northerner.
but she wasn't related to the Starks.
She was related to the old bear.
Stark. Yes, Lady Stark.
What was her family name?
It was Lady Stark's family.
I can't remember.
I can't
I
recall.
know. It's
but
been
I
so
saw
long
her.
since
I kind of like that casting.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, she doesn't look anything like Ellie.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they built that character around
What's her face?
Elliot.
Yeah.
I think it's Elliot now.
Elliot
Oh,
now.
right.
Yeah.
I don't.
He.
I'm sorry, him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize that it was
Right. That's been a
I don't
big
ever
thing
watch
in the
the
last
news,
like
so.
6 months to a year or whatever. So they built that female character around him.
Yeah.
So
When him identified as a her.
back in the day,
I'm trying to remember
Last name.
her name.
Paige.
Yep.
Page.
Yeah.
Elliot Page.
It's Elliot Page.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Ellen Page. Right.
Used to be.
Used to be Ellen.
And now it's Elliot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that got confusing.
But I do like her
Yeah.
as this casting. I could see because she was fierce enough, and that's when she was younger. So I'm sure it's been years now, so she's a little older. Probably has a little more acting under her belt. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, she killed it in Game of Thrones. So
Has anybody seen her in anything else?
no, I
have not.
It'll be very interesting because I feel like it's going to be a completely different character than what she played in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
obviously,
for sure.
definitely.
because she was just a BA.
And if you don't know Pedro Pascal, I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff. Like
Mandalorian. He's also in Game of Thrones.
Wonder Woman.
Oh
yeah, they were both in Game of Thrones. I forgot. I always forget he was in Game of Thrones. He was
only in like a season for a
Yeah.
couple episodes, but yeah.
And I like now, honestly, like you said, like she doesn't necessarily look like the character, but it's like if comic book movies are gonna, or not comic book, but video game movies are finally gonna get smart and do what superhero movies have, like these characters don't have to look exactly like they look like in the medium that they come from.
Well, it's better to find a good actor and actress
Exactly,
to
let
fill
them-
a role
Yeah,
versus
100%.
finding somebody that looks like the comic book role or
Yeah,
the
game.
the game.
video game.
Victoria.
I was saying going somewhere else with that, but yes, the video game character.
Yeah.
Because then if it's good acting and if you haven't played the game or read the comic books, you don't care.
For sure.
They just hit gold with The Witcher. 'Cause it's just,
Yeah.
like fantastic acting.
Yeah, they did.
Fantastic looking.
Yeah.
And he looks a lot like
Mm-hmm.
Geralt.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, honestly, like video game adaptations are finally finding their footing. It's like Sonic was better than it had any right to be.
True.
You know, I mean, and like you said, The Witcher. Now, granted, that's also a book, but still, The Witcher's there and did really well. Like, actually, if you've listened to our Monster Hunter review, contrary to what some critics think, like it was pretty solid.
That was
Better
a
than it
solid
should have
video
been.
game.
For sure.
Wait, before we go to the next that you have pulled
Yeah.
up, I have
Yes.
something that's kind of segued
Okay, go ahead.
with video games and adaptations.
Yeah.
So Twisted Metal, which is
I've got it.
okay, you got
it's
that one?
already pulled up,
Okay,
baby.
okay.
One step ahead of you.
Nice. I have the same article.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twisted Metal, which is a video game, it's PlayStation exclusive. Like I remember playing it as a wee child.
man.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
just cars with guns shooting other cars with guns,
And crazy characters.
and they're crazy characters. Like one of the characters is Sweet Tooth, who's a clown who has fire for hair and drives an ice cream truck, and they all have these dark backstories and such. Well, Sony has been in the process of making their video games into movies. And this is one of the ones they're doing, and there's some big news where they've started announcing people they have tied. So they have the Cobra Kai producers and the Deadpool writers so far. So it's Michael Johnson Smith as the executive producer and Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick as the writers.
Which did Deadpool and Cobra Kai, right?
Right. Which is exciting because if they let it run as...
And Zombieland.
And Zombieland. So if they let it run as like tongue-in-cheek
Yeah.
and dark as Deadpool,
Just super gritty.
Oh yeah,
this could be really cool.
they could throw some like
sure.
humor in there.
Right. Because that's the thing, is
Heavy
there was dark humor
Right.
in the original games.
Yeah.
So I'll be very curious to see if they go like a death race.
Yeah.
Kind of go a route with it where there's like a story and they have to use their cars for, because that's the whole thing with Twisted Metal. The whole premise was that if you won the tournament, you got a wish.
Oh, was that it? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
And
Actually
so-
knew the plot.
Yeah.
That just blew people up.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
crazy.
might have
Just
played it a
wrecked people.
lot.
It was. I mean, they were great games.
Yeah, they were really good.
Right.
Well,
and it
also-
also like affected my music taste in life.
That's true. They were
and
very metal.
Yeah.
Lots of little things in my life have been affected by Twisted Metal. So I was extremely excited when I saw that they were taking it serious
Yeah.
and actually using people that can do gore, can do kind of like heavy,
Right.
Yeah.
but funny. So
And it looked like they said that Will Arnett was going to also be on the production team. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Nice.
If you scroll back
Interesting.
up,
I didn't
somewhere
see
on
that
there.
on there. If he is, I do see that on there. Yeah.
I don't know
That's
who Mark
interesting.
Foreman is.
I wonder if it is the same Will Arnett. That's interesting. I mean, either
it probably
way,
would be. I could see
yeah,
that.
I would hope so. If
Yeah.
so, then I can see him being in it, which would be perfect.
Right.
Like, he's great.
Yeah, I think I saw
play-
quite like a little snippet about what it's supposed to be about, and it's
Yeah.
about a guy who's supposed to go deliver a package in a post-apocalyptic world, basically. And so then he gets dragged into this race somehow.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, right here. Yeah. A yet unnamed protagonist trying to complete a delivery in a post-apocalyptic world in exchange for a promise of a better life. Not much else is known, though.
yeah, so the whole premise is that Calypso supposedly can give the winner whatever they secretly desire.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what they're going to do with this.
I could even see them just going a realistic route with it, where because it says like a premise for a better life, where it's if it is post-apocalyptic, it's basically like you get out of this apocalyptic.
Yeah,
like,
which
scenario.
is fine, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. They don't have to go super.
Like
You get to
when-
wish from a genie.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. They can go with a more realistic route, and people are going to love it. So I
Yeah.
hope people love it.
Yeah, this should be cool. I'm excited to see what comes out of it for sure, and where it ends up on. You know, like
Yeah.
network.
Well, I bet. Well, because I think it's a TV show.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a TV
it is a Twisted Metal live action TV series. Mm-hmm. So
Which is even better.
yeah, and lots of times when they start doing this, networks like Sony will basically make a show or make a pilot, and then they will shop around that pilot to different networks. So basically, like Sony will go to HBO and they'll go to whatever, and then that network will then pick up the show and pay for it. to be
Yeah.
made.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So
We'll
yeah,
have to check it out whenever it comes out. They don't
Yeah.
have any kind of like an idea of when it's supposed to really, like
I
even in a
really
year,
don't
probably
think so.
I would guess at least
2023.
yeah, it could easily be because I mean, which we're at the beginning of the year, so technically, if they really got on the ball, if there's a script and stuff already, then we could start production mid-year, so we could see it middle of next year. 'Cause
Right.
a season of a TV show usually turns around pretty quick.
And this is something where they probably wouldn't need a ton of CGI. I could see them doing a lot of realistic things.
That could actually be awesome.
Because that's the thing in the video
yeah.
game. They actually took real cars
Yeah.
and just modified them, which has been done in Mad Max and all these other sort of post-apocalyptic worlds.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's something that they could easily already be in
Yeah,
the
go-
process of doing.
yeah, go realistic with the
Yeah, because I mean,
the
everything
action.
that can be realistic is always better when
Sure.
it is.
yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Well, that's really cool. I'm excited for that. So that was the Twisted Metal live action TV show. So there has been, like I said, there's been a bunch of news even, and some of this it's over the past like really only about a week, and it's just been one thing after another. So the other thing I was going to talk about, did you guys see that there's going to be a True Lies TV series reboot, which it was a movie
Why?
before? Yeah, I'm like, this could be. I mean, the movie's great. Like, the movie's dope. If you haven't seen True Lies, it's a movie by James Cameron, known for Terminator and things like that. It stars Arnold.
My childhood.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love
Man.
the movie. Yeah, I love True Lies. But as far as, I guess I could make a TV show. Like,
Is
why
Arnold
not?
coming back?
That would actually
That'd be
be
I'm
hilarious.
sure he'll make a cameo.
He has to. I don't see
I feel
how
like
he
he's
couldn't.
always down for that.
Yeah. So now it does say that MCG is attached, and I think that he was actually tied in with Supernatural and some other shows like that. So
Is that a person?
Yes, that's like what he goes by. I don't know what his
McG?
actual...
Cool.
Yeah,
Dope.
McG.
McG.
So yeah,
Sounds like a
and
cereal.
I didn't realize this, but apparently it's well, I guess it makes sense because now Fox or Disney would own this because Fox owned it, well, 20th Century owned it before. So they're apparently who's doing it, and it's been greenlit through Fox. So I guess it'll be on Fox when it comes out.
Right. What was
So-
that other Arnold movie that they redid? Not Total Recall.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did do
which
that.
was good. It was completely different than the
It was.
Arnold version.
Who was the guy? Wasn't it that Australian guy?
It was.
No.
Bullseye.
No, it was. He's
Yeah,
right.
Colin Farrell.
It was
yeah.
Colin
Oh,
Farrell.
he's not Australian.
And
I'm
what's her
sorry,
name?
he's Irish.
Irish, yeah.
It was Colin Farrell and
I know.
what's her name from Underworld?
Oh yeah. Or
Kate Beckinsale.
I about said Jehovovich.
Nope, not this time.
Knock knock. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior?
But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up real quick. But so from what they're saying, though, James Cameron is actually doing the reboot, which makes this a lot more interesting because he made the film.
Yeah, I'm
So-
curious to see. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. Like, they're never gonna let anything lie.
I know. Yeah, just let it be what it is.
Let it just be.
Yeah, which
because
I'd
they're
be fine
remaking everything.
They are.
It's
And
like, oh, this was a movie that did mildly well in the '90s. Remake it.
well,
Quick.
and Fox has
Make it a
been
TV
doing
series.
this with some of their shows because they have another
MacGuber or MacGyver.
MacGuber.
MacGuber is that comedy spoof of it, but
MacGruber with an R.
Oh, Gruber.
Yeah.
McGruber, yeah.
And then MacGyver, they made a new show,
CBS did that.
MacGyver, and then
Fox did another one recently of one of their big. Well, they've done Hawaii Five-0. That was CBS or one of them too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all these things have just
Baywatch?
been remade. Yeah,
didn't they
Baywatch.
do a Knight Rider?
I don't think
Did
so.
they?
but
No.
I would
swear
like it.
I would've-
Feel free to bring Knight
Dude,
Rider back.
What was it? Fucking, something Wolf? Night Wolf?
Night Wolf with the helicopter.
Was it Night Wolf, though? Because Night
thought-
Rider, I think
No.
Airwolf.
Airwolf?
Yeah. Dude, that had the most banging
Oh yeah,
intro theme song ever.
100%.
It was better than Knight Rider.
I know. I just
I'm willing to
I want to
wager.
like insert the audio now, but it would be like illegal or something. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring it up. But so
Oh,
there's
so they
Dun,
actually
dun,
did
dun.
do a reboot,
They
and it was
did.
in 2008.
it must have tanked.
That was only a year
Yeah.
to use the Mustang.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's why it tanked. So the last thing I was going to talk about is some news that came out today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but so the news is that there's going to be a Disney Plus is doing a Disneyland's Magic Kingdom TV universe for Disney Plus.
I don't know what those words mean.
What do you mean?
I know that was a mouthful. So like if you think about Disney or if you think about Magic Kingdom within Disneyland,
Never been
like
there.
okay. Disneyland has multiple different worlds. There's Animal Kingdom, there's Magic Kingdom, there's Epcot, and I think
Star Wars Land.
Star Wars
Whatever
Land.
it's called.
Yeah.
PSMT land, PTS.
So basically, what the premise of this is that they're going to take all of the little worlds from Magic Kingdom that are known in the theme park, and basically there's going to be alternate universes, and they're all connected, and it's basically a connected universe of all of these little lands that are in Magic Kingdom.
So they're turning roller coasters into movies.
Well, it's not just roller coasters, but yes,
cool.
basically,
It's like
I'm still confused.
because there's whole little
Roller Coaster Tycoon, the movie.
yeah.
Look, you're
right?
talking about like video games into movies.
Oh man.
Make it
Yeah,
happen.
I was hoping that this article would break down all of the like Tomorrowland
never
and
mind.
all like Tomorrowland would be like they did.
They already did Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
which
Tomorrow-
I actually liked, and for some reason that's another one that the critics just ripped a new one. I actually thought.
Yeah, I
it
think
was pretty-
Xena liked
George
it. She
Clooney?
watched it without me.
Weird.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Never seen it.
So
Oh, it says right there. George Clooney.
right there, yeah. So basically,
So are they just gonna do like shows based in those worlds?
yeah. So there would be like a Tomorrowland show. And
Yeah.
then basically that show will connect. There will be some sort of connecting alternate universe reason to where these universes interact with each other, like Tomorrowland and whatever the other worlds.
Is it gonna be? Do you know if it's animated? Is this live action?
It sounds live action, and so the thing that interested me, I was looking to see because I read two different articles on this. So right here it says the first project in the works as part of the so-called Magic Kingdom universe is the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, a fictional organization developed as part of the mythology of Disney's parks around the world. So I guess that will be the connecting thread, is these people who are then bopping around to all of these different universes.
Well, it's also Disney, which is part Marvel, so they could really just use the Bifrost. Like, just bring it all together, you know? We're doing alternate dimensions here.
Right.
Well, no, that's timelines. I was about to say there's some tech that's introduced in one of the Star Wars shows that they could use in Rebels at the end. There's a tech where but I can't remember if that's universal travel. I think it's actually just time travel. But anyways, we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But basically, long story short, there's a new Disney Plus series of shows, and basically it's going to be the Disney Plus connected universe, and it could be cool. That
could be pretty cool. I guess we'll see.
Why not?
I don't know if they're going to make it more. I mean, it looks like this is being done by the person who did the Battlestar Galactica reboot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was one of the things.
So I guess it's not for children?
Well, I think it probably will be, but the interesting thing is he's also the same guy that did Outlander.
Also not for children.
Also very much not for children. I have a feeling this will be on that Marvel Star Wars line where it's right on that cusp of like, what age do you show this to kids?
Right.
You know, like
it's like we try to make it so it's for 8 to 15, and then also for all the adults.
It probably won't be R.
No.
Probably won't be any cursing. They probably won't see blood.
They only have PG-13 on Disney Plus, anyways. They're like strictly anti-R on Disney Plus.
So I imagine it'll be like Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
based on that first one, Society of Explorers.
Sure. Yeah, like National Treasure.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. So this could be cool. And Disney Plus, in my opinion, needs more stuff besides just Star Wars and Marvel that I want to watch.
Which I'm sure they've realized, and that's why they're like, quick.
Yeah,
we need to put out some other content.
Yeah, which luckily we've got Marvel shows like every week now for the next year.
Dude,
so
like every month. Their timeline.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out. And so basically, I guess now we can move into what's streaming. You guys can hear a little bit more about what these guys have been watching, because last week you saw everything I was watching. It's basically still the same for the most part. So just watch The Expanse. I'm going to harass everyone to watch The Expanse.
Yeah, you are.
Everyone needs to watch The Expanse.
I'll try to watch it again.
But yeah.
Finish it? All right, we'll get into that.
Yeah, no, I'm not done yet. I'm in season 4, right? And I'm getting close to season 5, which is the most recent season. So, yeah, which is on Amazon Prime. But feel free to watch last week's episode to see all the stuff that's streaming that I'm watching. But you guys can go ahead and do your thing and talk about a couple things.
Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. I do not have that much this week.
Okay.
So I finally broke down and watched Brave New World on Peacock.
Yes, he be peacocking.
And it is actually really good. I will say. I was definitely like pulled in. This is not a child-friendly show. Like, I don't know if you've heard any of other previous discussions on this.
Yeah.
There are orgies in every episode. It's the most sex I've ever seen in a TV show.
I'm watching it.
Ever.
Pretty much.
Game of Thrones doesn't hold a torch to it. Like,
I'll send you the login. You know.
Yeah, but it was an excellent show.
It really is.
I definitely enjoyed it.
It is the reason to go to Peacock, aside from Harry Potter movies.
It is, at least to sign up for a free 7-day trial. Mm-hmm. Because what they do, they hook you. You can watch the first episode or 2
for free. Yeah,
with no commercials. And then if you're hooked, then they're like, okay, well now, try our 7-day trial.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but definitely worth it.
Yep, and it stars Aiden Ehrenreich from Solo.
Yeah.
Yep. And I really
and
Harry Lloyd.
Harry Lloyd
from
Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones.
From the first 2 seasons. I actually really like. He's a great actor. Let me comment on that because he did such a good job of being so easy to hate in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's
Daenerys' older brother.
Oh, he looks totally different without long.
I know, right?
But if you look at him from the side, he looks the same.
Yeah,
like instantly recognize him if he's not dead on. But so he's one of the main characters in this, and he just did such a phenomenal job of acting.
He's so good.
It's killed me.
He actually gives me a lot of Tom Hiddleston vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's high praise.
Well, I mean, a little more toned down, but he's British. He's very much the same
prim and prop kind of.
He's got that properness to him, and he's very much the same physique and size. They're both slim and slender faces.
Yeah,
sharp features.
Sharp features. There's something about them that reminds me of each other.
Yep.
But he was very good in the show. But yeah, Brave New World.
Then I also watched a movie called 2067.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to see that.
This is on Hulu.
Yeah.
It is a sci-fi thriller. It's a brand new movie. Xena and I really liked it. When it comes to sci-fi movies, this one has to deal with the world has run out of oxygen. We've killed all of our plants, basically.
True.
So we don't have oxygen, and they basically know the world is... We can see that the world is ending. So they build a time machine, and it goes 400 years in the future only. Well...
That is a pain in the ass.
Very specific.
Right. I don't know if that's how I can't remember if that's how they built it or whatever.
It's probably just like, this is all we can
It
make.
like breaks when they first make it, and it only sends one message back. And it's like, send this guy to the future is the message.
Okay.
So
Heard he's got a big dick.
big dick boy.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. The only reason.
So-
Also, this episode is rated R.
It is.
By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little late, but sure.
Yeah. For us
So,
nowadays,
We
it
just said
goes.
dick.
This stars, I don't recognize the first guy, but Cody Smith McPhee.
Yeah, he
I kind of recognize him, but then I don't recognize him.
he's a kid actor that's been around for a bit. He was in Let Me In, which I don't know if he's the horror movie. He's been Nightcrawler in the X-Men movies for the past couple of years. And there's one other big one that sticks
Road
out.
was good.
Yeah, he was the kid in the
I
Road.
mean, it's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff over the
Yeah.
years.
Paranorman.
That's where I was like, I feel like I recognize him, but I couldn't place my finger
Yeah.
on it. But
Good
that's because
child
in
actor.
like X-Men movies, he's got makeup on in all three of them.
Yeah.
You already said that. He was Nightcrawler in Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yep.
That was a good one. We actually like that.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
But really, the reason we actually watched it was because Ryan Quanten is in it from True Blood.
From True Blood.
And it's just so funny because so this is an Australian movie, and they're all Australian,
Nice.
and so it's very interesting seeing him with a non-Southern accent as he is in True Blood.
Yeah, his
and
True
he's
Blood
actually like
accent.
smart because he's the best friend. Well, because in True Blood, his character is just like dumb, young, and full cum.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is it.
100%.
Interesting.
So it was very cool to see him in this role, and he was super pumped for this movie because Xena said that she saw like interviews where he was like, "This movie's so cool," and it is a really cool movie. I don't want to get too much into the concepts, but it does have to do with time travel, and as we all know, there's so many movies about like the problems with time travel, and they kind of do some cool things with it.
Nice. And it came out day one on Hulu, I think. So
Yes, I think I don't know if they're calling it a Hulu.
They're not. But
Yeah, I think it was
it's-
intended for theaters, and it may even be in theaters.
It might, yeah.
Normally they just claim everything, even if they had nothing to do with it. They're like, this is an original.
Right.
Because we own it now.
Yeah, well, a lot of them, will legit just buy the rights to it just so they can call it theirs. And be like,
Yeah.
this is our movie. We did this. And if it wins any awards, then you can pay
Get
us.
the
So-
credit. Yep.
Which is interesting because actually the movie that we're reviewing today is, I think it is considered a Hulu original. And it is going to be an award contender and all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure it was
yeah.
just supposed to be in theaters.
Dude, that's an interesting question that I just thought of. I'm giving myself kudos already.
Yeah.
Has there been any like Netflix?
They weren't allowed.
Streaming? Oh, they weren't allowed?
This past year they were.
That's
I
some.
think.
They weren't
elitism
allowed
right
because they
there.
had to be in theaters. So Netflix last year would release some of their movies in like the
theaters.
minimum amount of theaters
Just so they could.
so they could qualify.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if Hulu's done that. I don't know if Amazon's done it because there are plenty of things that these other streaming services
yeah.
have created
Yeah.
that should be considered.
eligible.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say that I don't give two shits about awards, but I mean, like, to say that something isn't qualified, like,
Right. Well, that's
Really?
where they need to look at and go, okay, we need to change
yeah.
because there's
Is this
other...
actually about art or is this about
No.
being
titles?
pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Well, and I mean, we've seen, like we talked about, it's like, the most seen, most loved movies of the year are not what win these award shows, which is garbage.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Quite often.
Yeah, because no Marvel movie
I mean, Avengers
has
Endgame's
ever
a winner.
won.
Like,
Right.
at no.
I mean, we're also very biased in this. I'm sure there's plenty of people
But if
that
you
don't
also
like
look
it.
at like the box offices,
Sure.
Right.
like those movies that are at the
shows
top
up?
of the box offices don't win awards,
Right.
Or win the awards.
Right.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen, what is it, Parasite?
No.
Was that last year's?
Yeah. That was-
Yeah,
that was the big
we
one
tried
last year.
watching it.
I didn't know.
I haven't watched
It was just really heartbreaking,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so we stopped watching it.
What was it, The Sound of Water? What was the water
Yes,
one where the
I
lady...
did see that one.
I think I
That
did
was
see
Guillermo
that one
del
as well.
Toro.
Yeah, it was okay.
I like
Would
that
I say
one.
that it's the best movie of the year?
It's a Guillermo del Toro in the sense that it's a classic romance and a monster movie.
Yeah, and so that same year,
Beauty
actually,
and the Beast.
yeah, basically, yeah, that same year actually was Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri,
Right.
which stars
her,
the lady from Nomadland, which we're viewing today. So yeah, which I actually did love.
Right.
Three Billboards, which is like one of the few movies in the past however many years that was like one of these big award contenders that I actually really, really liked.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you got anything else? Are you good?
Nope, that's it for me.
What you got, Chris?
All right. I don't know if I should split these up. I'll be pretty quick with them.
Yeah.
I've been bored with video games lately, so I've just been watching things.
Same.
I watched Demon Soul
Okay.
because somebody who's a friend of mine that's really big into anime said it was like the best one out right now.
Demon Soul, but
Yeah,
not
space.
like
I
Demon
think it's-
Souls, the video game.
No, yeah. No, it's like there's
That's
a
not
space
it.
between it. I wish that was it.
Whew, that looks scandalous. So
Yeah, I
Demon-
think it's called
It's
that.
not called. It's called Demon Slayer.
Demon
Slayer.
Slayer.
I'm sorry, yeah. It probably auto-corrected in here.
Probably.
Yeah.
So Demon Slayer.
And there's like a bunch of stuff after it too. But
Okay.
Well, it's like the Japanese name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You do have to
Kimetsu
read.
no Yaiba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
and so, what is it? Is this on Netflix or
I think so.
It's on Netflix. It's on.
is this the one with the train that we saw the weird trailer for in the movie theater?
Yeah, because there's a movie coming out for it.
There's a movie.
Basically, the
Oh,
movie
yeah,
is
there
the
is a movie
season
for
2. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was pretty good. Kind of a slow start. But it was fun. It's only there was actually a good bit of episodes.
26 episodes.
Yeah. I typed this review as I was like 10 episodes in, but they're short. They're literally 20 minutes long, not just like
Right,
yeah.
a 30-minute long, but like the intro is 5 minutes and like the credits are 5 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like Dragon Ball. It has like a Dragon Ball feel to it. Outside of that, I watched Soul on Disney Plus.
Okay. Yeah. You saw that too, didn't you, Matt?
I did. I actually watched it with your kids.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
I disliked that movie.
Really?
It is so fucked up in so many ways.
Really?
Yeah, dude. We were all sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
And we couldn't believe how, like, fucked up that movie is, like, in general.
Watching things with kids. gives
Well, the
a
kids, like,
completely-
didn't pick it up, but, like, Sid and Xena and I were just like...
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like
This
when you're
movie
watching
is not something I would show a kid normally. I feel. I can't remember why now. Like, it's been a couple
just dark.
months,
I mean,
but
it's about death. Like,
it's dark, and there's just a lot of stuff it talks about. I'm just like, man, I don't know.
Interesting.
But
all right, well, I really enjoyed it.
That's cool. And then a lot of people liked it. It did really well.
Yeah. I mean, it was about like essentially
dying without a fulfilled life.
Well, it was about finding your purpose and like pursuing your dreams, kind of a situation. Like,
But then he found out like it was all pointless, and
no, it was about like living life and enjoying life as a whole, and not necessarily focusing on like having a purpose in life. Like, you don't have to be a musician, you don't have to be a basketball star or whatever. Like, just enjoy life in the moment. It's a very like a Buddhist like belief of like living in the now.
Just do the things you enjoy, and
it's not even that.
Well, because that's the whole thing is he's trying to like
joy in the
he's
now.
been trying to become a musician or like become famous as a musician forever.
Right.
And he's just a band teacher, and he like doesn't really like life, and he finally gets the gig that he thinks is gonna shoot his career.
Him happy. Exactly, because that's
and
what
then
he's been chasing.
That's what he's been chasing forever.
Right.
Okay.
And that's where it's so depressing. As an adult watching this, I'm like,
is.
well, maybe I shouldn't try to chase my dreams.
No, because it's just there is like a spiritual teaching in it of just like not having your pursuits be the foundation for your happiness. Sure. Like, happiness should be found in living life. Not,
you should
not
live life
achieving
currently.
things.
Yeah.
Because
live in the now.
I mean, it's just the same. You hear so many people talk about like, oh, you know, you're not going to be any happier whenever you're a millionaire. Like, you're still going to fall back into the same thing. If you're not happy now with who you are and the life you're living, like, possessions
is money
going to
fix it?
Right, exactly.
Well, and then it's like the same thing where you hear these people where they're like, they spent all these years trying to do X, and like they spent no time living and just like enjoying their life, and they were just striving for this goal so hard and so fast, and all of a sudden they're friggin' like 60 years old. They never actually did that thing.
Yeah.
And what did they have?
It's fun enough that gets brought up in the movie we're reviewing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I won't comment on it, but yes, 100%. Okay, moving on. Genlock. It's an animated show.
I've heard of that. Yeah, it's on HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
Ginlock.
Ginlock.
It seems like something you would watch.
Like alcohol?
No.
No, it's like it's a Gundam style kind of ish.
Okay.
Anime.
Not the dance.
Dude, there's a Gundam.
I know.
You're an idiot. It had a lot of huge names in it, like Michael B. Jordan. Who's the little the chick from Arya?
Stark.
You're
talking about that was
Daisy Williams?
Yeah. There's
No.
like
there's a lot of people. Holy
there's
crap.
a-
Macy
Fanning.
Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right.
Macy Williams.
Macy Williams, David Tennant, Michael
Dakota
B. Jordan.
Fanning. Yeah, there's a ton of huge names.
So what's
in
this
it.
about?
So it's like a Gundam. If you ever watch,
Yeah.
Gundams. Okay, so
It's like a mech show.
It's in the future. There's like two battling factions, and they use like
Mech
big
suits.
mechs and stuff.
It's
yeah.
like a CGS anime.
It's not. Yeah.
It's definitely that new style of
The
animation.
new anime style when I say CG.
That's David Tennant. I think it's David Tennant. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
That's
looking at
wild
some-
that has so many.
So many big
Big names in it for
got
a-
renewed.
It was a
anime
Rooster
style.
Teeth exclusive show.
Which is also
Oh,
Yeah, so like,
Like
it was
some
when they were trying to
YouTube
do their own
collab.
thing. Yeah, I remember when this was.
that's
being
probably why I
made
got
when
it
it came
canceled.
out.
They were like, we're gonna put it on some obscure
Yeah.
Right.
streaming site, and then nobody watched it, and of course it got canceled.
Well, and the thing is, now it's on HBO Max, and it could be a thing. HBO Max could have a huge boom with the show, pick
Yeah.
it up, and because they're picking up bunches of animated stuff.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I've been talking about Infinity Train
Right.
and how y'all need to see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Infinity Train now is like getting picked up for another season because of HBO Max. Like they're already doing another one. So
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. It's cool. Cool story.
nice. And it's Jin
Ginlock.
Lock.
Yeah. I watched Dunkirk. I won't literally say anything about this. You know it's good. It was a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. Because I had never seen it before.
Yeah, I heard it's kind of one of those like soul crushers as far as just like heavy war movie. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
It's got a happy ending though. So
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alerts. It's
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
And then I watched Time Loop. It feels like it was a very very minimal budget produced kind of movie.
What was it on?
I think it was. Oh goodness, I think it was Netflix. It could be Amazon. I'm not 100% sure.
I haven't seen anything
Yeah,
about
it's on
this.
Amazon.
Okay.
Is it foreign?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
It's foreign.
Yes, but it's not subtitled.
Italian?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
it
in-
takes place in Italy. But yeah, it's got the story's pretty cool, and like how it all plays out. Like you kind of pick up as it goes along,
Okay.
and how it all meshes together is cool. Writing and directorially, you can tell it's very like subpar. Like it was done like
It's a
this is a
micro-budget
newbie
kind of a
person.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is like their first movie make that. But you know, check it out, support them.
Cool.
And then I started to watch High Life on Amazon with Robert Pattinson. Very dark.
That's the one. Yeah, I think I wanted to see this actually.
Well,
So did you finish it?
no,
No, he
I
just
did
started.
not.
Oh, wow.
So I got about an hour into it. It's very dark. There was like back-to-back rape scenes, and so I ended
yeah,
it.
no, yeah. That's kind of where me and you both are
Yeah,
with things where it's like
because even up to that point, I wanted to know how it ended.
this is not the movie I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was a different one.
About marijuana?
This is the space movie.
Yeah. I
Oh,
wanted
I think
to know how
Xena
it ended.
watched this and she was like, "This movie is fucked up."
Yeah, I wanted to know how it all ended, but even just getting an hour into it, I still wasn't very invested in
Yeah,
it.
it was
Like
too hard.
There was nothing going
Wait,
on.
Andre
that was-
3000's in it?
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and he did a great job.
Actually,
Like,
he was in that show I watched a little while back, and he was great in it.
yeah, he looks completely different than what he did before, in my mind.
Yeah.
Like he's bulked up.
Oh,
Like he's
okay.
not like that skinny rail,
Yeah.
which I mean, a good thing in my mind, but. I feel like there was something else that I probably just didn't put on here because I watched too much stuff, but that's it.
You were watching The Expanse also, weren't you?
No, I didn't.
No,
I haven't
he
restarted.
didn't
I watched
actually
it.
start it.
Okay. I actually have been watching it.
You have?
But I'm only in
Okay.
the first season still.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Because like for whatever reason, I get distracted watching this show.
Okay.
So I'll be like halfway through an episode and I'll be like, I'm going to pause it for a little bit and do something else.
Okay.
And then I'll come back and be like, okay, let's finish this episode. That was really good. I don't know why. And then I like get distracted again. So I don't know why. But you said that it gets better after that.
I'll say that too. The first season, I was actually a little more that way, and definitely season 2 like really pulled me in a lot more. Season 1 is just your regular Sci-Fi Channel fare, like, but a little above par even.
I mean, it's definitely good. That's what kills me because as I'm watching, I'm like, this is pretty good. Like, I'm definitely invested in where this is going.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I can't explain why it's happening. It doesn't normally happen with too many other things, but I just like have ADD when it comes to the show.
Yeah, I think that'll change because I was a little bit that way in the first season too, but not too bad, but a little bit.
Okay.
And so I think by season 2, because season 2 I was just like, went into the tunnel and was just like, this is dope. Like, so yeah.
Did I end up talking about Space Sweepers?
No, you didn't.
Last time?
We didn't end up reviewing it.
I accidentally like deleted all my notes on it, so I was like, "Did I talk about it?"
Did you like it? This is the new Netflix movie called Space Sweepers.
It's really good.
Really?
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so you will have to read some.
I was about to say it's foreign, isn't it?
It is, but it's very cool how they do it. Is that each nationality person that's in there speaks their own language?
Yeah.
Like, it's majority. I think it's a Korean made. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways,
think so.
They have Russian people in it. They're speaking Russian.
Yeah.
American people. They're speaking American. I feel like I'm American.
We do have our own language, so you're not wrong.
English. I feel like English is like still the
primary
universal language, even in this universe.
Yeah.
But dude, it is really good. Like, it's a feel-good space sci-fi action.
Nice.
And the graphics in it are actually really good.
That's
you know
what I've
how
heard.
stingy I am about CGI.
I know.
They do a really good job with it.
That's the thing that's the same with the Expanse.
Yeah, the Expanse is...
I'm surprised at how good everything looks.
Even in the first season, I was like,
Yeah,
this
space,
6 years ago,
everything looks good. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
We have no reason to go backwards.
Yeah, no. That is the biggest thing with the Expanse with me, and that makes me excited about this movie and want to see it. But it's like with the
Definitely
Expanse, I'm
watch
like,
it.
dude, they ponied up the budget for this kind of like to make it look this good. So that's awesome. Okay, well, I have to ask.
Yeah.
So Kyle Gazak said that there's a robot in the movie.
Yeah.
And he said that the robot was me. I don't know what that meant. Is he a giant douche?
Oh, yes, but he's also a badass.
Okay.
But he does vindicate him. No, he doesn't really vindicate himself. He's still an asshole.
Okay. Douchey badass. Okay.
But I mean, like, he's a good robot. Like, imagine, so Rogue One robot. I can't think of his name. Alec Tudrick, whatever.
Yes.
So it's like that kind of a robot, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a similar personality of like,
I got you.
Dry, I'm going to tell you how it is. And he's obsessed with money.
Okay.
Like, obsessed with money.
I think he's trying to say something about you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
of course, everybody knows I'm just all about the Benjamins.
definitely, I would say definitely check out this movie. It's really well done.
I kind of hate
you do have to read some.
Wow, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Foreign films don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and man, let me tell you, like, I cried in this movie. Like,
really,
it draws you in with the characters,
dude,
for sure.
I cried in The Expanse like more than once.
Oh yeah.
I messaged Kyle Gazak and I was just like, I'm crying right now. And it was like, and I don't do that much. Like, I'm not a big like. I keep it pretty cool there and stuff.
Also, robot like.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Yeah.
You're leaking your fluids.
Yeah. So exactly. I was like, I don't know what this emotion is. Oh my god. But yeah. So nice. So that's Space Sweepers on Netflix.
Yeah. I had to talk about it because I couldn't remember if I did or not. I think I just accidentally deleted.
No,
stuff,
I'm really glad you did because it makes me want to.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, I want to see it, and I wanted us to review it, but it's like things are actually dropping now. So, and I wanted to do Nomadland.
Yeah.
So
I was meant to add something to the news.
Stuck
around for the news. I saw because of AMC that they put out news that they are opening theaters in, I think it's New York.
Yeah,
at
it is New York.
25% capacity. So.
Yeah.
And their stock like skyrocketed when they announced it.
Did it really?
Sure. Yeah. It went up like 10% or something. Just wait until they fully open. They'll be the only theaters left, and then they'll have to have good stock market.
For sure.
Or good stocks.
The stonks. So, sweet. All right. Well, that's what's streaming and the news. So, for the week of, what is today, guys? It's
the 23rd.
23rd.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a lot of news from last week and then early this week, but yeah, so there's all that, and we're going to go ahead and move on into our review of Nomadland. Yeah, Nomadland. So if you want to listen to that and you're not listening to the podcast, just go ahead and click on over to the next video or wait a day or so and it'll pop up. but yeah, we'll have that up soon. And if you're listening to the podcast, then just keep on listening.
Because here we go.